Hello, my friends. Boomy here once again with another video for you, my SWTOR brothers and sisters. How are you all doing today? Holy snickerdoodles, Batman. We've got a lot to talk about. Yes, we did. But one of the things I wanted to do, I thought this would be a great idea. Now shut up and do it. Is to do a reaction, because I've only seen it once, bits and pieces. I was at work, okay, so yeah, I missed some stuff. But we're going to talk a little bit about it. We're just going to go through it. We're going to get my little reactions of it, and then later down, don't worry, separate videos will be made to go more in depth into the things that are coming with this new expansion. So let's get to it. Let's start, because it's just going to be a long video anyways. So here we go. I couldn't do the beginning part because it'll kill my monetization. Sorry. Keith and Charles.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Well, that's a way to kick off the stream.
Yeah.
First off,
I've met both of you.
First off, just immense thanks to, we obviously got a whole bunch of members of our team to join us and talk about their experience being on the team for a long time. We have so many more awesome developers and artists and engineers and everything that we want to bring and show you. So hopefully we can do more of that throughout the year. So hopefully you enjoyed that. And of course, always Pop Keith, who has a mustache now. I don't know if you knew that.
I
so
love.
His power has only grown. But that's not why we're here.
I love his little mustache. It's great. It's awesome. I'll shut up.
So let's jump in. So America Must Go.
A new expansion, friends. A new expansion, Legacy of the Sith. Yeah. Yes, that's actually my ancestral line. It's what it's called.
Game producer on Star Wars: The Old Republic, obviously, the channel you're watching. Charles.
I'm Charles Boyd. I'm the creative director on Star Wars: The Old Republic.
And Dan, member of our community team. Esteemed is not on camera, but helping put all the stream together. So if you hear us reference Dan, he's hiding in the background doing all the actual hard work. And then Jackie, our community manager, will join us a little bit later to talk about PTS. That's right. You'll get to play this not too far from now.
Yeah, it is coming on to PTS. That's awesome.
Let's jump in.
Jumping.
Legacy of the Sith. So there's two things we kind of want to make sure we cover. As Keith alluded to, it's not just about our 10-year anniversary because we like to party, I guess. I don't know. And so it's not just about just our December 20th anniversary. We're going to have Legacy of the Sith coming this year. We'll talk a little bit more about when later.
Nice.
But we're going to do stuff throughout the entire year. So today we're going to talk to you a lot about what's in Legacy of the Sith itself, and we'll give you some hints as
I have an idea as to when this will drop. I honestly think it's going to drop the same day. I believe it was December 21st. Yeah, 2011 when SWTOR officially launched. So I think that's going to be when it is. That is just my bearded thoughts on that.
To what's coming throughout next year as well. One note before I jump in, we're going to blaze through this. So our goal is to talk through really just high level everything that's coming in Legacy of the Sith. And so our goal is probably like 30 minutes or so. And then there'll be deep dives on all of this in the coming months between now and launch. So
goody.
Stay tuned.
Staying tuned.
But first, free stuff. We can't have...
Yay, free stuff.
We can't do in-person events yet, but we always do give you free things. And so that's what this is. So please go redeem lots of SWTOR. PS, best abbreviation for an expansion.
Which I have done is...
so redeem the code lots of SWTOR
link
and you'll get
in
a
the Discord.
inspired stronghold decoration. We have a few other themed decorations as well that we'll give out on streams later this year. So definitely make sure to redeem that. That code expires in 2 weeks, so get your stronghold decoration. But enough about that.
Yes.
Let's talk about Legacy of the Sith.
Okay.
Ooh, we're going straight into the big stuff.
Yeah, we're going to start with probably the largest feature.
So this is a big thing. This is a giant thing that's coming with combat styles, more choices in how you play. This is going to hopefully, knock on a beard, going to change, revolutionize how y'all play, how we play our characters and RP them, really. We're just going to get into it in just a second. But yeah, this is going to be, it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge.
Feature of the entire expansion. So, Charles, what are combat styles?
So if you play the game today,
yes, I do.
Combat styles are advanced classes. It's almost directly one-to-one. If you are a commando trooper today, and that's your advanced class, when 7.0 launches, commando would be your combat style on your trooper. It's a bit of a terminology change, which might be a little weird. It's like, why change that? Because, you know, as we have it right now, right, commando is an advanced class of the trooper, because you pick trooper and then you can pick one of two options. as your advanced class because they are advanced versions of the class. Your base class has certain proficiencies, a few little gameplay impacts still, but by and large,
pretty sick looking weapons. By the way,
most of your gameplay, your weapons, your combat, how you interact with the world outside of the story is tied to your advanced class and your disciplines. So, Trooper right now can be a Vanguard with a cannon, or Commando with a cannon, a Vanguard with a rifle.
Okay.
So that's today.
That's today.
Combat
what just happened?
styles
Hold on.
is going to open up those options substantially.
Oh.
What that means now?
Okay.
Your Trooper could be a sniper. Your
Nice.
Trooper could be a gunslinger. You can finally be Captain Rex. You can finally be Crosshair from Bad Batch.
Okay, so a big thing on this one. I'm a big fan of this. I think this is something they should have done a long time ago, but this is great. This is a great idea. I mean, you're a trooper. It's the military, right? You just don't have regular grunts, and you don't just have the big cannon gun people. I don't know. But you have your snipers. You have people who are more specialized in different platforms that they use, and having a sniper platform on for a trooper, that's gonna be freaking awesome. That is cool.
You can still use a rifle or a cannon if you want. Basically, any advanced class that's on the tech side currently will be a combat style available to you as a trooper.
Okay.
In 7.0. Same with on the force side. Same with everyone on each side.
Okay.
They are definitely divided by force and tech. No crossing over that way.
Darn it.
Yeah. So at its heart, what is this doing? It's separating your class story choice from your gameplay. So to some degree. So now you want to be a trooper, but you want to use 2 pistols. Now you'll be able to do that.
Okay.
The way you play a 2-pistol trooper, depending on if you pick gunslinger or merc, right? It'll still play the way those advanced classes roughly do today. Obviously, this is an expansion. We're going to be adding a lot of new gameplay elements, chain tweaking abilities, doing a lot of stuff in that world.
Looking forward to that. Looking forward to that.
Really, that's probably the simplest way to understand it, is expanding which advanced classes or now combat styles are available to which storylines. Force classes will have a dark light requirement, so you can't make a level 1 Jedi Knight and immediately be shooting Force lightning. That wouldn't really make sense.
Okay, I like this. I like this idea. They're going to make you work for it instead of just giving you stuff off the bat. I'm a big fan of that in real life and whatnot. I think that's great. I think it's a great idea. Who wouldn't like the fact if you are actually playing a Jedi, you're trying to fill up that dark side pool meter thing, but now you will actually, instead of it kind of interacting with story a little bit and how you interact with certain things, now it actually rewards you and gives you the ability, or will give you the ability rather, to say use Force lightning or something that the Sith counterpart already has in his bag of tricks. But now the Jedi, if I'm understanding this correctly, will be able to do that if you go on the dark path, and vice versa. If you're a Sith and you decide to play light side Sith, which I just can never bring myself up to doing, vice versa, you'll be able to get some of the bag of pony tricks that the Jedi on your counterpart has. So I think that's a great idea. I love this idea. This is great.
But you can be a Jedi Knight that shoots Force lightning.
Eventually. Dark side choices through the story.
Yep.
So I wonder how that actually works with your tunes that you've already gone through the storyline with, and how they're aligned already. Or I wonder how that works. Huh. Yeah, more on that later.
In with that, loadouts. Now, the name pretty much tells you what it is, but something we've been wanting to do for a very long time, because changing all your gear around when you're going between different disciplines, or maybe let's say you were going between different combat styles even, you got gear, you've got abilities, you got a lot of things in your UI that you'll want to move around quickly. Loadouts will let you do that. You can stamp a variety of things to one preset click.
That's
gear,
awesome.
Your abilities, utilities, even your outfitter profiles, so you can switch much more easily than you could today.
That is huge.
About that as well.
That is big.
And of course, like I mentioned a little earlier, you can definitely expect class balance changes, ability shifts. It's the usual kinds of stuff we do with an expansion. We always want to be improving how you play SWTOR, how you get into playing SWTOR if you're new, how you enjoyed it in game if you've been here all along. You can definitely expect stuff along those lines as we go forward as well. Certainly PTS will be a place to see a lot of that. So, but we'll get into that in a lot more detail later.
Dude.
But combat styles. So excited. I can't wait. Captain Rex is my favorite trooper.
Right?
I can't wait.
This is going to be great. I might want to play my trooper again.
I think quite literally at every single cantina we've ever done for the past like 8 years, someone has said, when can my bounty hunter use a blaster rifle?
Well, right, the Mandalorian, he's got this awesome sniper rifle, but right now bounty hunters can't use sniper rifles. But in 7.0, they can.
Yep. Sweet. So that's obviously big. There's lots of stuff we will need to talk to you about next walkthrough with combat styles. This is one place we really want to make sure to get your feedback on. We'll be talking more about that later, but combat styles. That's just the beginning.
New storyline.
We do story, I think. Can you give folks just a little bit of a background on the story to get us to 7.0? And then we can talk a little bit about what's coming forward. Just as a note, there'll obviously be some light spoilers in what we're about to say. We're not going to spoil anything in 7.0 story, so don't be concerned there.
Oh, come on,
but just
spoil!
Earmuffs for 30 seconds or so. Also, we keep saying it when we refer to 7.0, this is our 6th expansion of SWTOR, so 7.0 is Legacy of the Sith. So if you hear us say that, we're just interchanging those terms.
It makes sense.
Just what's coming on a date that we will announce in a minute, but not the entire year. We got a whole lot of stuff. Yeah. But in this expansion, like Muskie said, probably the most relevant stuff to go over since Onslaught, since the events on Ossus, where Malgus really helped kick off a new phase of the war between the Republic and the Empire. You experienced a lot of that as you played through all the content in Onslaught, our last expansion. Meanwhile, there's also this conflict kind of brewing amongst the Mandalorians, between Renegade Hedda Cole, who's part of the Lots of SWTOR promotion. We can get that and Shay Vizsla, the current ruler of the Mandalorians. And a few other interesting elements that have been brewing. Most recently, Malgus has gone rogue. He's off pursuing his own ends that everyone's pretty sure are bad, given his history. And that's definitely a good assumption to make. And
I don't know. I will have to say that even though they are bringing Malgi-Poo into this next expansion in 7.0, I don't know about you guys. Put your comments in the comment section below. But I'm done with Malgus. Like, I'm not like, oh, Malgus. But I'm more like, okay, that's cool. Let's just finish him literally off the right way. Send him sailing on a brand beautiful ship made of Sith bones and whatnot, and just have him slip off into the ether. I think that'd be great. I would really love for there to be a new antagonist to the game that isn't Malgus or isn't any type of variation of Valkorian or Vitiate or Billy Bob Thornton. I mean, I'm just saying it's not even like pooping on the game at all. It's just like, I think we're ready. I think we're in a place in Star Wars The Old Republic. We are ready for a brand new antagonist to bring in. But let's keep going.
We know he's, in particular, been pursuing some interesting ancient relics.
Maybe he's a collector.
Jedi sites and potentially other places that we
It's a hobby. Yet. You don't know.
Look forward to more in our updates before 7.0 to give you a few more hints.
So let's talk about what's coming for the new storyline in Legacy of the Sith.
Ooh, new worlds.
We've got, like I said, the war. It's ongoing and it's spreading to some new worlds, one in particular that we'll share with you just in a moment.
Yep, that sounds cool.
We've also got some really obscure and dangerous fringe groups rising at the edges of things. New threats, always looking to rise up in a period of chaos. Of course, Darth Malgus pursuing his own plan.
Awesome. Well, obviously.
And some other surprises, which we'll see what those are.
Which I'm looking forward to. And I hope a lot, sorry, I keep pausing, but I hope a lot of this is setting up and gearing up towards SWTOR future. Either midway through or 8.0. That's what I'm really hoping it's leading up to. Like I said, going back onto a new antagonist, new things. We're going into new worlds. We're finding new groups that arise from the dark corners of the galaxy. I hope that is something that we really do, that they really do some great work with. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. Let's continue.
Obviously, again, we're not going to talk a ton about the story because we don't want to spoil anything, but obviously there's more.
Let's tell you where you're going to go, at least.
Where are we going to go?
We can do that, yeah. So,
where are we going?
The first place. Now, before we get into Manon, I just want to cover for the next few sections, I'm going to show you a whole bunch of concept art. So,
I actually really like Manon. I love oceans. I'm from the West. I used to be from the West Coast, so I get it. I love oceans. I love all bodies of water. I love fishing. I love all that stuff. So, I'm a big fan of Manon. I just, and I really enjoyed that HK55 side quest thing that they did a long time ago, where you were able to go into said ocean. Oh, I was a big fan of that, and I really would love SWTOR to implement more of that. And I guess we're going to see if they are going to do it. I think they are. But
Just
we'll
in case
see.
you haven't, if you're new to our streams or something and we haven't walked through concept art before. So they're concepts. They're meant to be indicative of kind of the look
Not
and feel
in-game
and
footage.
mood of the areas that we're going for. So if you see like a landing platform, doesn't mean that landing platform is necessarily going to be in the game, but we're going to show you just what the beautiful art that we're using as inspiration for the areas that we're building. So just when you see it, first off, the art's amazing and it'll all look amazing in game, but just don't be like, I remember that temple in concept art they showed on the stream. Where's that? It doesn't work one-to-one.
And then the forums get flooded with hate.
But enough about that.
Humans.
Charles, we're going back to Manon.
We are going back to Manon in a much bigger way than ever before. Those who've been playing the game for a while will remember we've gone to Manon as part of a Flashpoint many years ago.
And there's a stronghold.
There's a small little lobby that you can visit there. And also you might have a stronghold that you set up on Manon if you chose to do so. Now we're going to Manon in a state of war. It's been, ravaged and there's lots of destruction, lots of fighting, totally different from the very that we're used to. The Sith Empire is invaded. They're looking to seize Kolto, which we all know is the most vital medical resource in the galaxy.
I drink it every morning.
So Republic and Imperial, separate storylines, going to be battling for control of the planet, control of the Kolto, and of course dealing with some internal issues as well to their factions that we've been kind of hinting at along the way. Surface structures, obviously. Underwater facilities. It's not without going underwater a little bit. And even the ocean floor, you're not going to be swimming around. We're not having swimming. Don't take that as a feature. But you went underwater.
I just want to be able to fish. I think I was talking to Vari about this the other day, and I think fishing would be amazing pastime to do in Star Wars: The Old Republic. Let me know in the comment section below. But I honestly think fishing would be a great thing to bring into the game. Like, imagine the stuff you can pull out, like on Balmora or Tython? Tython? Yeah. Imagine just Hutta. I already said Balmora, but imagine the stuff you could pull out of these bodies of water with a fishing pole. That might also be your lightsaber, but it got winky, it got wibbly, and it became a string, and you're able to pull things out with. It looks great in my mind. I described it horribly.
Water in Knights of the Old Republic, so you'll learn more.
Ooh, a new daily area. I didn't see that part. That's cool.
Opening up as a daily area with repeatable objectives.
That's right. So let's take a look at some of the art for inspiring.
Oh, okay, that looks freaking awesome.
When we were putting this presentation together, just the team is crushing building out these areas. It's going to be. That
looks great.
Yeah. So yeah, you can see very different from the Manon that you've seen before.
Who's going to be
Imperial Kolto extraction happening down the bottom of the ocean.
See, I didn't know Kolto was like a mineral or anything like that. This looks cool. I did not see that.
I mentioned some underwater facilities. A little bit trash now compared to normal.
I'm a fan. Okay.
It's just going to be such a huge and epic conflict going on, and you're really going to feel it.
That's cool. So cool. I wish they did something like that with the stronghold. Okay, we got a new Flashpoint.
Yeah.
So of course we need.
So that's a good thing right there, because I've always been worried. Like with recently, they've been doing a lot of story content via Flashpoints, and I've been a critic of that, and still kind of am. So I was kind of going into this when the stream was going on, oh, please just let this thing not be just one giant Flashpoint. Let it not be that, please. And I'm glad, hopefully, that it won't be. And it looks like it's not going to be. It looks like, hopefully, we get a traditional expansion set with this IP. So I'm very happy about that. So we're going to have a new Flashpoint on a new planet of Elam. Not Elon Musk, but Elam.
You need to visit a Flashpoint as both part of the story and as group content. So what is Elam?
Elam is another planet, very rarely seen, actually. I'm trying to think if it's really been depicted much at all anywhere else. It's an existing planet in the lore, but first time appearing in SWTOR.
Awesome.
It's a sort of desolate and remote place, not too far from Dromund Kaas and other Sith-aligned areas.
Okay.
This is where we're going to be pursuing Darth Malgus, or at least pursuing what we believe Darth Malgus is up to.
This is like the opposite of Dantooine, to where the Dantooine had the Jedi Enclave. So it kind of seems like, with what they're saying, is that the Sith also have their Dantooine on Elam, or their Jedi Enclave, or Sith Enclave. Copycats. They have something. We gotta have something better. Duh. Let's continue.
the ruined fortress of an ancient Sith. I mentioned earlier, you might learn a little bit more between now and 7.0. You will. Whose existence has been wiped from all records. Malgus has been collecting relics related to this Sith.
Oh.
We want to know why. So figure out
That's
where
cool.
was this Sith's base of operations.
Daddy wants to know.
Try to learn what we can about what Malgus is up to.
Need to know all the lore on this.
May be available in all difficulties for you to go through the story or to try not to die hardly as you do. Let's take a look at you. I think this next piece of art is probably my favorite piece that we have from everything that's been put together.
Oh, that's cool.
Like I said, it's a very desolate place. At least the part of the planet that you're going to will be up in the mountains. Be exploring, like I mentioned, there's some ruins.
I am down with this. This looks really awesome. Oh, okay, look at the concept.
Cool stuff. They're going to be a little different from some other Sith ruins because the Sith was a little different from most other Sith.
Okay.
Look forward to y'all learning more. And of course, it's never good when ancient ruins start lighting back up and things start happening.
Nothing good can happen from that.
Happens to you here, so.
Which this concept art looks really cool, but he is right. We've played enough games and seen enough sci-fi movies that when something ancient starts lighting up again, y'all screwed. Nothing good can come from that. Or it could, and you can be the savior of the world and galaxy. Huh. More on that later.
Yeah. Especially when Malgus is involved.
Yeah. You never know. So it's going to be some really exciting stuff happening here and really setting up the storyline as it goes forward afterward through the following year.
Yep. More good content. A new operation.
Well, we saw Matty P.
Okay, new operation, R4 Anomaly.
Right. For those that are familiar with our ops players, I'm sure many of you know Matt Pusevich, so he's still trucking away to try to kill all of you painfully.
As often as possible.
I love it.
So this is going to be set in a deep space facility, facing one of those fringe groups I mentioned.
Okay.
Mission to
so for those that don't know what an operation is, it's basically our larger group content. So 8-player mission basically for you to go take down threats. In various sizes and scale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this tends to be some of our hardest content, but it's also some of our most really interesting and complex in terms of the gameplay and the team efforts involved. So definitely give them a shot if you haven't yet. They're super fun.
Yep.
So there's a cult here. They're experimenting with a mix of stolen Zerka technology, which you might remember some of from the last operation set on Duxon.
This is me or Zerka is just always getting their crap stolen from them. You would think they'd have better security at Zerka, but it just seems like whoever's in charge of security there is just doing a horrible job. I'm just saying. But yeah, we have a cult that, of course, they're experimenting on stuff, which when cults start experimenting on stuff, that just means fun. All the fun. Bring it. Let's do with this.
This is kind of a continuation of that story. Meanwhile, they've also been rebuilding some ancient superweapon technology, which certain fans of past games might recognize. I won't say more than that, but we'll show you and see in chat if anyone sees something they recognize. Saurian Veteran, shipping right with 7.0. We'll look to do master mode following pretty shortly afterward. Give you all some time to master it and include maybe some new rewards. We'll see the following year.
There'll be 5 boss encounters, none of which we're showing you today, but we'll maybe show you them some other day. We don't want to spoil them, but it was hard to not include them because there is some terrifying stuff in there. So as a horror fan personally, the stuff they're putting together for R4 Anomaly is creepy and amazing.
Oh, I am all for creepy and amazing dark crap. I hate horror. I know. What? Boomy. I know. I don't like horror movies. I don't. But I love like vampire, creepy, just gothic and other stuff. Sorry, what are we doing? But this looks awesome. This speaks to so many parts of me that I can't even talk to you about it on this video right now.
Yeah. This is definitely, more in the space horror corner of Star Wars.
I'm okay with that.
Which is fun, we don't.
And I think it would be an amazing thing if EA or whomever gets a license, or if they blanket a license thing in 2023, if they did a horror game based in the Star Wars world. I think that would be great. So you heard the idea here first, BioWare. Come to me. We'll talk money on that one.
Usually go that direction. I won't tell you quite what this is, but like I said, this cult is experimenting with some crazy stuff, a lot of the intersection of technology and the dark side. So some bad things you might have to deal with.
Tentacles in space.
Technology, like we said.
Okay.
It's an old one, but still quite dangerous to the galaxy at large, and for them to rebuild it and reuse it could be very, very bad. So it'll be up to you and your...
Okay, so if this is the thing he's talking about, I honestly have no idea what game this is from. But if you look at this, you automatically, right? We all see the Death Star. We all see the giant laser dish of death. We see it. And you can definitely tell where they're like trying to hint at things in the future. So this has been in the blueprints, in the filing cabinet somewhere on Sith-ocalypse. That's a new... I just came up with that. And this is where they're drawing the inspiration for eventually in 3,000 some odd years for the Death Star. So I like when they put two things together. That's great.
Closest, most tactically agile friends to deal with it. Stop to these things.
That's right. So we'll see if people have any idea where this mysterious technology is from that they constantly leaning into. So we talked about this before, yeah. For those that are unfamiliar, Galactic Seasons is a system we have just for a way for players to basically play through content in the game and just get a ton of rewards. Our season 1 is running literally right now, so if you're curious,
Shadows of the Underworld,
to jump in. But Galactic Season 2 will kick off with the launch of Legacy of the Sith.
I hope the rewards for season 2. I hope season 2 is amazing, but I kind of hope the rewards reflect. Darkness and stuff like that. Yes. I really do hope it reflects that, because I would be all for extremely dark, sinister gear, cosmetic stuff for our players. And, some stuff for you Republic people, obviously. But I think that I really hope they play on everything that's going on in this expansion with Season 2. I'm crossing my beard and hoping for that. I really
am. New season, new rewards, new year, new you. All of the above apply.
Just like you might imagine. Yeah, and of course, themed around underworld syndicates, hence the name. It's going to come with an awesome new companion, Finn Zyle. He's a Duros gunslinger. He's our first Duros companion in SWTOR, which is pretty exciting. Duros are pretty cool. It's pretty cool seeing certain Duros from the Clone Wars reappear recently. Just in case someone hasn't watched, I don't want to spoil it, but
I haven't kept up with
it. To be a Duros.
Don't spoil.
Well. Quality of life updates for season 1. We've definitely been listening to y'all's feedback. It's a good chance to maybe tweak some things.
Yep. Yeah. So we know we've heard a lot of feedback about season 1. We've made some changes live, even as we've released, patches since then. But we're still listening and paying attention to all the feedback that's coming in from season 1, so we can just continue to make seasons a good experience for you going forward.
Okay.
There's old Finn.
There he is.
The sweet Cyborg Eye Patch. This is the advanced version you'll unlock a little ways in. Yeah,
that's right.
Super cool.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
And so the last piece of the expansion that we're going to talk about today, and something that Keith kind of teed up a little bit in his introduction, is one of the things that we really like. SWTOR's been around for 10 years. And so one of the things we're always looking to do constantly, it never stops, is really just make sure that you have the best modern play experience we can give you. And so
hopefully
that's really a really big focus for us, starting in Legacy of the Sith, and something that you'll see us continuing leaning a lot into as we move forward.
Good. Glad to hear it. Aha!
New UI stuff I am so excited about. I feel like a huge tease here because we're not going to show you any of it.
Yeah, we're not going to show you.
Hopefully they have collapsible windows on stuff. Just saying. JK, come on. I can poke fun at people. Stop. And I love the fact that Legacy of the Sith, it's lots. Lots of things are going to be said about lots. It's going to be amazing. So lots of things. I'll stop.
Show you any of it today. So
oh man, it's going to be so cool. So some really cool improvements. Obviously, some of this comes right alongside the idea of combat styles, right? Like that already changes a little bit about how you create your character. So that makes sense that we would make some changes anyway, but we're taking this opportunity to go a little further to make some of these really key windows a lot more fun, a lot nicer to navigate than before in 7.0. And then continuing, like we said, after 7.0 throughout the following year. it's not just an anniversary celebration. It's a 10th year and it's a celebration. So we're going to continue to update more windows throughout the year afterward.
Good.
Yeah, and as Charles said, what you'll see in Legacy of the Sith itself, obviously, is some of the critical key windows that either are tied into changes coming in from combat styles, or things that are the windows that you interface with the most, day to day.
Okay.
And so it's important to, that those are the pieces that'll start, at least with Legacy of the Sith.
That makes sense.
And then content leveling and endgame. So that's what does that mean?
What does that mean,
it's
Eric?
Kind of just a fairly vague thing. Do you want to talk through that, Charles?
Yeah, let me. It's as the game is now. It's a complex thing to keep different in-game content leveled at different places. We want to have as much content relevant as possible, especially in group content. So we're going to be adjusting a little bit about how we do content leveling moving forward, especially for in-game players. Some of y'all might know words like bolster. It's related to that. What am I leaving now? Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, really what we're looking at is, for those familiar with our systems, we're kind of taking adjustments to things like level sync and stuff just to make sure that the intent is to keep most of our group content relevant to you at max level is effectively what it is. Because we know we heard a lot of things around that coming off of Onslaught. So really just to focus on that.
Okay.
Particularly.
I'm okay with that.
So that's like...
I'm totally okay with that. Even though I will say in the past, when they first came up with the level sync thing, like when you go to a different planet or you go and, you try to solo an old operation or stuff like that, and it's just not going the way you want it to. Because you want to go in. I mean, when I play World of Warcraft, one of the biggest things I used to love doing was, even though we got new expansions, I love going back to the old raids or the old operations and just go in there and just farm it, have fun, get the achievements I can, solo the sucker by myself, see if I can do it by myself. And while they did squish numbers and they squished items and they level synced and all that junk, but you were still able to go into those like the previous expansions' raid endgame stuff and just go through it. And yes, some of it was a struggle, and there were some that I just could not do. Even though I was banging some great, amazing numbers and dropping bosses like crazy all by myself in my little warlock. But still, you had the ability to do that. And I wish that's something SWTOR would do. Unless they did do that and made a change somewhere down the road that I am not aware of, because I honestly haven't tried in a while. But if they did, let me know in the comment section below. But yeah.
Legacy of the Sith. At least everything we're talking about today certainly isn't the literally everything, but that's
high level.
That's high level. All
high
of the
level
things you can expect that we're talking about today, at least coming in Legacy of the Sith. There's obviously an enormous amount of details to break down with everybody.
Right.
I'm sure that many of you have a lot of questions, which we'll be continuing to take a look at and address as we go forward. But we are so excited to be celebrating 10 years.
This is awesome. I'm excited. I really am.
It's incredible. I've been on this since 2006. Yeah.
Crazy.
Wow.
Crazy. Yeah. I'm a 2011er, so I'm like a junior compared to Charles.
Mere 10 years.
mere 10 years. When does it launch? Surely you want to know that question. So we're not giving you a date today, but just like previous expansions, first off, for those of you that aren't familiar, Legacy of the Sith will launch free to subscribers. So if you have a subscription when we launch or anytime thereafter, you have Legacy of the Sith.
Nice.
No extra charge.
Awesome.
It's launching holiday this year. That's probably not a surprise to anybody because our anniversary is on December 20th. I'm not saying it launches on December 20th, but it'll be coming holiday this year.
It's going to launch December 20th or 1st. It's got to. I mean, you do run into the problem. I mean, the stream is pretty much over at this point, but you pretty much run into the problem of it launches, and then the poor people who are still at BioWare during Christmas, not only are they making a lot more money, but they will be having to deal with any bugs that arise. Because no matter what game it is, no matter what content is released, there's always going to be bugs. You can only test so many things until you get it to the live service part of it. That's when some stuff that had not been ironed out rears its ugly head, and you iron it out. But let's see what else they have to say here. But the stream is pretty much at this point over.
So look forward to that. Yeah. So let's recap all of the things that you're getting. But first, don't forget to go redeem your code. It's very important. I mean, it's not important.
We're going to skip ahead. because yeah.
But at no point do you feel like you're playing one. So we're just continuing to explore new things to push us forward.
Yeah. Visual improvements. That actually is maybe something to get pretty excited about. We'll see.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you can see, a lot of people are like, well, the game's dead. It's not, so be quiet. So we look like holiday 2021. We got the new story. We have 5 new levels, combat styles, Manon, new Flashpoint on Elam, new Operation R4 Anomaly, the start of the UI UX updates. That's great. That's awesome. New character create. I'm looking really stupidly forward to that. Character sheet refresh. Galactic Seasons #2 is coming into play. And obviously more. And in 2022, the year-long celebration. More story, Master Mode R4, continuing update with the UI, PvP revamp, which should be interesting. PvP has needed some love for a very long time, and I'm glad that they are actually going to do that. So hopefully it'll be well. And of course, stay tuned to the channel when the news starts breaking and stuff like that. Come here. I will be here to let you guys know what is going on in our great, amazing world of Star Wars The Old Republic. And we also have Galactic Season #3 coming, new Flashpoint, new locations, tech modernization. So a lot of stuff underneath the hood they're going to be updating. So looking for that visual improvements. I mean, a lot of people, I get a lot of comments from my channel where one of the things people talk about is a graphical update, because yeah, this is a 10-year-old game. So, and they have made some improvements here and there. We had some God rays going in with the lighting and whatnot, and there have been some graphical improvements here and there, but hopefully this will be big improvements for the game, and obviously some more. Let's see if they have anything else to say before I sign off.
We'll share a little more on that as we have more to share. But yeah, same thing. You know, going back over the game, looking at places where we can buff things up.
To do so get ready for that. So one of the things we did post Onslaught launch, which was our preview expansion, we really just want to make sure to keep giving you information regularly throughout, and that's definitely our plan here. So spoilers, we're targeting next week for the Jedi Guardian to be playable with some of the combat changes and stuff that Charles was alluding to, with a lot more specifics about what's happening with combat styles and all those things next week. Like all things, it's public test, so that could fall apart and maybe it won't happen, but definitely we're looking good that next week's probably the case. We've been doing a series of short stories, which if you haven't read them, please do.
I've read over these short stories, not the new ones, obviously, but the ones they've released, and I've done videos on them. But yeah, we got the PTS possibly for next week. Looking forward to that. We got some dev team featurettes going on with Ashley Roll on this and SWTOR cinematics, and also looking back on Manon and August and beyond, looking like regular web content from today through launch interviews with content creators. And ongoing PTS updates. So that's looking awesome. I honestly have no idea if I'm one of those content creators, but I'd like to point it to myself because they're watching. I know you are there. So there's a lot going on, and I'm excited, which means there's going to be a lot going on this channel. Thank goodness. I always get excited when there's a lot of good news to talk about. And yeah, so that's pretty much, this is what we are looking at Onslaught. No, I'm sorry. Whoa, lots. Legacy of the Sith. My bad. But friends, so yeah, we got a lot of new things coming. Some playstyles coming. UI changes coming up. Especially with like your Jedi Knight. If you go dark on that sucker, he or she will be able to shoot lightning bolts out of their eyes and their fingers. I think the eyes would be even awesomer. But you're having that. The trooper being able to be a sniper. So they've really opened things up to doing stuff where I think really helps the headcanon out more and just makes a lot more sense, right? In history, not every Sith just, this Sith only does this, and this Sith over here only does that. No, I can totally see the intermingling of things and whatnot, and I think that's awesome. And this could be their way of saying, listen, we know y'all want a new class. How about this as a compromise? That could be it, and I think that's a great idea. I'm really looking forward to it. I have some questions, and when we dive deeper into it, don't worry, be here for the channel on this one. So yeah, we have a new expansion coming, and we're going to say a lot, and like Sir Lance, a lot. I'll shut up. And Malgipoo, front and center. We're going to a new planet in a Flashpoint, Elam, to find out some things there. Totally looking forward to that. And a giant space gun to do stuff. And some dark, horrific in a good way place to go. Which give it to daddy. Let's do this. My friends, Let me know your comments or thoughts in the comment section below. Do the thing I need. I want to read them, want to hear them. Are you as excited as I am? Like, I know I have criticized BioWare before in the past, but my passion is still the same. I still love this game. I still love BioWare and the people there, and I think what I've seen thus far, I'm really excited for this. Cautiously optimistic, but I am really excited about it, and like I said, put your thoughts in the comment section below, and we will go through this together. And yeah, make sure you hit that like button if you like what you see here. The more likes we get, obviously, the more that people love us, and they will come see us. And when they come see us, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Become part of the family here at Boomy Nation, the freak show of YouTube, the black sheep of gaming. And as always, my friends, remember to be kind, it's about community, and don't forget to spay and neuter your Wookiees. And we'll see you later, my friends. Good day.